Hello everyone, I'm Andrew Feza and I'll be your moderator today. First of all, thank you for joining SBS Group On-Demand Distribution webinar series titled Integration Advantages for Food and Beverage Distributors. Before we begin, I'd like to give you a little bit of background information on the SBS Group for anyone who may not be familiar with us. The SBS Group has been around for over 25 years. We have over 35 offices across the United States. SBS Group has recently been named a Microsoft Master VAR, which means that our partner network has been certified, and we are also a 2013 Microsoft Inner Circle member, which means that we are in the top 1% of Microsoft partners worldwide. SBS Group is also a Microsoft Gold certified partner with Gold competency in Microsoft Dynamics and Silver competencies in Portals and Collaboration and CRM. Back in 2007, we were named the Microsoft Partner of the Year. SBS Group currently has over 1,600 ERP clients and an industry focus on distribution. We offer multiple software solutions including Microsoft Dynamics AX, GP, SL, CRM, and NAV. Chris Gilbert was the CEO of Sentinel Technology Group. Sentinel Technology Group is now part of the SBS Group Partner Network. Chris has over 20 years of experience with Microsoft Dynamics NAV and has an industry focus in distribution, manufacturing, and the professional services. As General Manager of SBS Group Central Pennsylvania, Chris has overseen the successful implementations of many business systems throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. And so with that, I'd like to introduce you to our presenter for today's webcast, our General Manager, Chris Gilbert. Chris?
Thank you, Andrew. Hello, everyone, and thank you for taking time to view our webinar. Today, we'll be discussing the integration advantages for the food and beverage distribution network, especially as supply chains grow. To safely and cost-effectively speed products from ranchers and growers to store shelves and restaurants, food and beverage companies need tools that help them remove waste, ensure safety and regulatory compliance, and conduct demand signals to production and logistics schedules. As these food and beverage firms grow into mid-market and larger organizations, an integrated ERP solution becomes a necessity. Today we'll discuss three unique challenges facing food safety today. They are management systems, for example, the receipt, unloading, and loading, and storage, rotation, and delivery. Also the food distribution practices such as cross-docking, merger in transit, and backhauling, and the traceability through the supply chain. A single tomato can go from the field to a packing house to a value-add processor to a broker to a grocer and finally the consumer. We'll review how the technology and how an integrated ERP system can help food and beverage companies bring their goods from growers to consumers more safely and more profitably. The most important part of managing supply chain is an inventory, where it's coming from, where it's stored, and where it needs to go. When it's time to leave the warehouse and more, controlling your inventory movement to maximize profitability requires a strong warehouse management system. Are you able to respond to the many customer requests, such as automated reports or frequently requested information? Can you track the receipts of unloads and loads, truck deliveries, drops, and more? With a well-integrated business solution, you have the agility and flexibility that your business needs to provide your customers the insight to data and reports that they need to stay efficient and compliant. Before getting the right product to the customer when they need it is the bottom line for food and beverage distributors. Robust, connected solutions can help make that job easier and can be critical when you're managing product shelf life or responding to quality and food safety issues. You need a system that provides efficient deliveries and food safety. Food and beverage distributors have a high-risk activity that invites regulatory scrutiny and disastrous publicity when distribution processes and supply chains fail, such as contaminated products, product recalls, or worse. You need to be able to respond to the customer demands and market trends as soon as they're identified. You have to be able to see information across all facets of your operation and possess efficient delivery mechanisms that will get products where they need to be and when they need to be there. Opportunities to increase food distribution productivity can be found all along the chain that brings product to market, but improving overall performance requires a big picture perspective. And most logistic best practices demand detailed shipment tracking, such as delivery route planning, coordinating cross-docking efforts, logistic optimization techniques like truck optimization, catch weight accuracy, minimizing transfer perishable. Integrated solutions can also support automatic data collection, ADC. process is to ensure that distribution systems are integrated with financial and reporting applications. This in turn ensures that accurate data flows throughout the organization, increasing the accuracy of inventory and orders shipped and boosting your forecasting capabilities. As orders are shipped, integrated accurate catch weights directly to accounting for billing may also help boost profitability and customer satisfaction through more efficient operations. Are you able to track and trace product details easily and quickly? With increased compliance regulations, you need a flexible automated business process that enables you to connect information and processes across your organization. Your business solution should be able to effectively blend with technology such as barcode and radio frequency identification, or RFID, to provide real-time information that can help you plan product delivery schedules more efficiently or allow your customers to see deeper into the supply chain. You can also tighten delivery times and schedules by using your business software to create automatic processes for specific customer requests. When it comes to food safety or quality issues, having quick access to the broad set of data is critical. Help keep the food supply safer by coordinating tracking of product from suppliers, facilitate traceability from supplier to consumer, and markets where it's required. You can also improve accountability by implementing metric settings and tracking for individual warehouses, departments, and processes. In addition, deep visibility into fulfillment operations can enable you to balance workloads, identify and eliminate bottlenecks, and improve processes for greater productivity and success. Today we'll discuss just a few of the many processes that distributors need to think about. Next, we'll demonstrate a Microsoft Dynamics NAV, formerly known as Navision, and how this solution provides distributors the integrated tools to manage quality, compliance, and profitability. With that, I'll turn this over to our lead implementer, Carl Mackermer, to show you a live demo of Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2013. Carl?
Thank you, Chris, and hello, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. I'm going to go ahead and show you a few things about NAV 2013. We're going to start off by looking at the item card. I'll show you some functionality related to that, and then we'll move on to a sample process showing you creation of a PO, receiving the inventory by lot expiration date, and storing the inventory, picking it, shipping it, and finally billing the customer. Then I'll show you some item traceability that you can kind of see all the receipts and all the sales for audit purposes and things like that. And then we'll look at a few expiration management tools to be able to quickly identify inventory that's set to expire within a certain period of time. So with that, let's get started. You can see I'm on the 2013 Roll Center. I have mine set to the Shipping and Receiving Roll Center for this demo. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the item card. And I've got a sample item set up for today, mac and cheese. So what I really want to highlight on the item card here is the drill down capabilities. In other words, you can see 66 on hand, quantity on purchase order, quantity on sales order. So I can just click on any of those numbers. So I'll go ahead and click on quantity on hand. And you can see all the information that makes up that number with expiration and lot numbers. Right now I have the system set to auto-assign lot numbers, but you know, there's some options there. You could enter the lot number upon receipt, but right now it's just auto-incrementing. So just an example of drilling down there. I could also drill down on sales order. See, I have 6 on order. From there I could get right to the document to see more information about that sales order. And same goes for purchase order. I could go ahead and click on the number and you get the idea. I can see all the purchase orders that have this item on it. So a little bit about the drill down capabilities. Some other features here on the right. I could create a new note. And I'm just going to use a future date, but please check on the recall, and I could choose who I want to notify. Click notify, and that's saved. I just sent it to myself as an example. So if I go back to the Roll Center, you can see under my notifications, please check on the recall dated 6/1/14. So there's a little bit of workflow management built in, you know, as far as notifying users within the organization. And the other feature here on the item card, you'll notice the file attachments. So let me minimize this. I've got a sample file here with ingredient information. I can just drag and drop that in here. So now that's attached to that item card, and whenever anyone pulls it up, they can just double click on that and it'll open that attachment. So unlimited attachments. You could attach, ingredients, recall information, instructions, anything along those lines. Okay, so that's a little bit about the item card. The other thing I wanted to show you here is you've got bin contents, so I can quickly see where in my warehouse that inventory is at. And again, with the drill down capability, I could just click on that 60. It shows me what bins and shows me expiration and lot numbers as well. So a real quick view of inventory that's about to expire or when it's going to expire. And we'll look at that in a little more detail here in a minute. Okay, so now that we have our item, let's we'll go ahead and create a purchase order and show the process from purchase all the way to billing to the customer. So I'll go down to purchase orders and click new. Choose a vendor. Enter my item. Let's purchase 15 boxes. Release, and we'll go ahead and create a warehouse receipt. Okay, so I've created the purchase order. You could imagine that's the purchasing agent that's going in here and creating the orders, and then from there, let's fast forward a couple days to the point of receipt. So now I'm going to act as the receiving manager in the warehouse. So this is kind of the screen that they'd be living on, receive line scanning. This is his little packing station that he processes the orders as they come through. So we'll go ahead and scan that purchase order number in and scan my item number in. It's going to pop up a screen asking for the expiration date, so we'll just enter one into the future here and say OK. The next screen is quantity. Put 15 boxes, and you can see it added a line to my receipt here. So after that, we'll have a couple shortcut commands printed out for the receiving agent to scan. I'm just going to type them in for right now. Close receipt and close order. Okay, so that went ahead and received the inventory, but we still have to put it away. So in order to do that, I'm going to go over to my put away worksheet. Actually, it already created the put away. Let me come down here to put aways. And you can see it automatically created put away 16. Let me expand that. You can see it's moving it from the receive bin. Oops, that's the wrong put away. Actually, let me go over to my put away worksheet. That was one I was testing with earlier. And I'll do get warehouse documents. So this brings up a list of all the receipts that are out there. I'm going to go ahead and choose the last one that we just received. You can see the 15, and I'll go ahead and create that put away. Okay, so you can see I created put away 17, and from here you can see we're taking it from the receive bin and moving it to a pick bin. So I could print this out. I'll go ahead and preview that. I could print this out. There'd probably be a stack of paper for your warehouse workers that come by and pick up the inventory to go ahead and put it away. So that was creation of a purchase order, receiving it, and creating the warehouse put away. And if we go back to our item card, you can see we're up to 156. If I drill down on that, you can see it automatically assigned a lot number. We entered the expiration date as part of the receiving process, and you can see we now have 90 available to sell. So that's a quick preview of the receiving process. Let's go ahead and switch hats here and move into a sales role. So actually I've already got a sales order out there, so there's 6 on order. We'll go ahead and use this order as an example. So we switch gears from the receiving manager, and we're going to jump over to the shipping manager. So I've already created my order, and I've already created the pick. Let me go show you that real quick. Back to my item list. Okay, drill down on sales, quantity on order, show that document. And let's go to navigate. and I want to see the, oops, wrong one. Let's look at the shipment. This would have already been printed. I just want to go back and show you what that pick would look like. So I create my order, I created my shipment, and I created all my picks, and then these will be printed out for the warehouse worker to use to pick on. So it's going to tell them quantity, taking it from the pick bin and placing it in the shipping location. So you've got the bins located here. He fills out quantity to handle, or I should say quantity handled, and then it comes back to the packing station to be shipped out. Oops, let me grab that sales order number real quick. Okay, so fast forward, now we're at the pack line scanning. We're at the packing station near the shipping area. I'll go ahead and scan that sales order in, enter my item number, 1 box. Okay, you can see it created my package and added that 1 box to my package. From there, I could do close package, which would print out the UPS label. I don't have a scale hooked up here, so it's just asking me for a weight. And then I could close my order. And that went ahead and posted, shipped the inventory out of the system. And if we go back and look at that order real quick, and show document, you can see quantity shipped as 1, and you can also see it automatically added the UPS charge for that shipment. So this order is ready to be billed. So if all looks good, this would normally probably be transferred over to the accounting or the AR department, whatever it might be, and they would review everything and then go ahead and bill this out. So I'll hit invoice here, and there we go. Now that customer will have that bill in their AR. So I'll go show you that real quick. Let's look at the customer list, look at the canning group, drill down on their balance, and it should be this last. Let's take a look at this last one here. You can see there's my invoice. From there I could print and mail it, email it, whatever it might be, over to the customer. So I'll give you a quick look at what that looks like. This is kind of a generic invoice. You would have your logo and things like that, but just a base example of what an invoice would look like. Okay, so that was just a review here. A little bit of information on the item master card. We created a purchase order. We received it using lot numbers and expiration dates, and also the received line scanning form. Created a sales order, shipped it out using pack line scanning, and now we're on to, let's see here, let's look, I want to go back to the item card and show you a little bit of traceability so you can kind of see how to see that information here. So let's go back to the item card and item tracing. I'm going to enter my item in here and hit trace, and it brings up all the related documents. So let me, we'll just change this view around a little bit here. I'm just going to change a couple fields here. Oops, let me take that lot filter out. Okay, so you can see the purchases it came in on, and you can see the shipments that it went out on. So this is a great audit trail, especially for lot related. If there's any kind of recalls or anything like that, you can see who the vendor was, what customers got it, so you can quickly alert all the customers in case of an emergency recall or something along those lines. So that's a little bit about traceability and being able to audit specific products. I think I already showed you bin contents. Let's go back there and just a quick review. You can see what bins the inventory is in, and you can drill down to see expiration dates and lot numbers within each bin. So let's go back to the item list here. On to a little bit about expiration management. One of the things you're going to deal with, obviously, with food items is expiration dates. You got to kind of stay on top of expiration dates that are coming up or inventory that may have already expired. So if you can be proactive and pinpoint inventory that's about to expire, you can push that to get that out as soon as you can, or if it's already passed, you need to identify it, maybe donate it or get rid of it, whatever it might be. So if I'm on the item list, I'm just going to filter down to my item just for simplicity, and I'm going to add a flow filter, a limit total. So I'm going to limit and say, you can see I have 150 on hand. I'm going to say as of 06/01, and again, this is kind of some future dates, but say I want to see inventory that's about to expire up and through 6/1/15. You'll notice the quantity on hand number changed there, so I can drill down and say, okay, I've got some issues with lot number 3. The expiration date's coming up here on 6/1/15, so maybe I want to run a special on this or discount it to try to get this inventory out the door. So just a quick example of expiration management. Of course, I could always send that to Excel and do some more analysis, or send it out and anything along those lines. So that's a few things I wanted to show today. I think I'll hand it back over to Chris.
Thank you, Carl. It's time for you to reassess your supply chain strategies, processes, and supporting business systems, and implement an action plan to improve your company's ability to get goods to market safely and on time by turning product data into a competitive edge. At SBS Group, we offer a suite of Microsoft Dynamics solutions that can help you with your distribution requirements. On behalf of the SBS Group, thank you for taking the time and viewing our Distribution On Demand webinar series on integration advantages for food and beverage distributors. We hope that you found the information valuable and hope that you can join us for future webinars. If you have any further questions or next steps, or want to see a more detailed demonstration, please contact me, Chris Gilbert, at the information provided. Again, thank you and have a productive day.